Greetings to all the audience. Hello, everyone. I would like to start by introducing myself. My name is Daniel Mendes da Silva, and I'm currently leading our internal procurement organization in Europe for Amazon operations. Although our procurement team have a strong focus on building partners that can enable scalable solutions to bring value to the organization, such as cost, capacity, speed, and risk, I would like to highlight that last year in 2019, we underlined in our mission statement to have safety and sustainability at the heart of everything we do. We believe that this is a powerful message to underline in a mission statement because it sets the context to our teams on the way we work, but also to all the people involved in procurement activities. Even though many of you are driving similar journeys, today I would like to share ours and how can procurement become an enabler of sustainability and CSR to the business. So why is it so important for us to have sustainability at the heart of everything we do? There are many studies supporting why the sustainability agenda is important. Also, procurement and supply chain leaders place it in the top 3.5 to deliver value to the business. Now, from our perspective, and in spite of all the metrics and rationales that we find in these papers and many other media sources, the fundamental one is that it is the right thing to do. So, when we look at 2019, to our previous year, our CEO Jeff Bezos announced the Amazon pledge and commitment towards sustainability. Since then, we saw hundreds of teams, thousands of people mobilized to join our Sustainability Ambassador program. This program was mainly focused to expand efforts across global teams that were working directly on managing Amazon's environmental and social impacts. So, when all this momentum was created, the question that our procurement teams had was, what is the procurement role in this mission? How can procurement help? Where do we start? So after some brainstorming sessions, our reflection took us to the position ourselves as a business partner to our internal sustainability team and become an enabler to the business. We agreed and we discussed there were immediate actions that we could bring immediate value, such as ensuring that our external supply chain was being selected and onboarded under the right standards and requirements, but also by developing suppliers' sustainability performance and by working together with them on bringing innovative solutions that could benefit Amazon, the supplier, their clients, and in general, the society. To talk about our journey, currently it's an ongoing initiative in our procurement organization, but our journey aims to become the sustainability enabler to the business. To drive that, we started by doing the following. First, we adjusted our organization. We set up a clear work stream dedicated to procurement sustainability programs, and this team is the governance body for any initiative related with sustainability where procurement is involved. Secondly, we adjusted and policies by introducing a program that aimed to assess, score, develop, and monitor suppliers in regards to their sustainability practices and performance. Third, we deployed affinity groups, we deployed forums, communication programs, and others. The focus of this initiative was mainly to create awareness into our procurement team culture and to drive a mindset shift. Lastly, we identified high potential procurement projects where procurement could take an active role to drive measurable value through the work we do. So this slide summarizes our journey. There is a lot to talk about it. However, for today's context, I would like to talk further on the supplier assessment and scoring program and how did we leverage it in our processes. So where did we start it? The first challenge we addressed was on getting visibility of supplier sustainability practices, their performance, their maturity, and their improvement opportunities. This need for data and the fact that there is a wide spectrum of requirements depending on the geography, risk, and category made us take the decision of partnering with an external solution provider that could bring this need live in a fast, easy, and scalable way. I won't dive deep on the details on how this is being driven, but feel free to write me or to our marketing team to know more. What is important to note is that we managed to get into a point where we have full visibility on how mature our suppliers are, how do they compare with industry peers, what improvement opportunities do they have, how many corrective actions we have in place and their status. All of this in a user-friendly and consolidated report. Last but not least, we can break this information down by category manager, or by country, by risk, and other views. This is extremely relevant when we are looking to set performance targets. Having that in mind, and since we got into a point of having a solution to assess suppliers, as well as data in place to enable us to know more about our suppliers, our next step was to leverage this capability in our procurement process. We wanted to leverage this information and embed in several points of our end-to-end process. Since procurement controls the setup of suppliers we transact with, we made it mandatory to have an assessment live for any new supplier that is being set up. For example, another example is to include this data as an element of vendor selection, but also embed this information during our supplier quarterly business reviews as a section where we open discussions about their practices and their improvement opportunities. So based on this, what have we achieved so far since we started this journey in 2019? We managed to have 80% of our high-risk supplier spend assessed with a significantly high average score. We deployed more than 100 corrective actions with our suppliers, and we trained more than 90% of our procurement team in this new capability and process. There is still a lot to do in this journey, although I'm super excited to continue to develop further our journey. There is still one challenge that remains, which is how to address our tail spend. We have several initiatives ongoing to close that gap and bring that gap into our program. However, I would like just to make a mention about this challenge. What I wanted to call out, and I believe that all we agree, that the tail spend is always a big challenge. It's high volume, it's low value, it's highly fragmented, and the effort versus benefit of allocating resources to manage it not always cut a business case. On the other hand, if we look at low spend vendors from a risk or sustainability perspective, then the story may be different. A small vendor can have a similar impact as a strategic vendor in our supply chain. What is important to highlight is that taking into account the high volume of suppliers and transactions, if we want to have our tail spend under control, we need a very high effort and number of resources to manage it. Therefore, I wanted to close with a note, as it also relates to the event, that Amazon Business is deployed globally and has multiple teams in the background that drive meaningful due diligence before onboarding any supplier. This makes an effective solution to investigate from your side in order to address challenges that we discuss here today. I hope you found this topic interesting. Feel free to place your questions and share your ideas with us. Thank you very much.